Are rookie cards for some of these sports goats that we all love overpriced currently? But Dustin, prices have come down so much over the last 6-7 months. How can you even think that or say that? Stick around. We're going to take a look at some data and talk through this. Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all my collectibles friends. I just rolled out of bed early this morning and I was like, you know what? I've been thinking about this particular subject and I wanted to talk through it with you all, get some feedback as well. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. If you like what you hear, the like button, and tappity tap on that notification bell so that you're notified every time we come out with a new video, which is about 4, 5, 6 times a week. If you're looking for consistent sports card content, we are here for you, my friends. But these are cards that I want to own at some point. I've been looking at them. And as you know, over the last couple of years, sports card pricing has gone way, way up. It's a lot different than it was a few years back. And so I've been trying to be patient, and also just from a price point standpoint, I'm just not there. I just can't afford it. So I've been eyeballing these just to kind of see where they are. And we're going to talk today about the 86 Flair Michael Jordan rookie card, the 79 Topps Wayne Gretzky rookie card, not the O-Peachy version, just the regular Topps version, the more common one, and then the 2000 Bowman Chrome Tom Brady rookie card. And the reason why I chose these cards is these are kind of flagship type cards for these players. These are more commonly traded ones as well, you know. So if we look at like the Wayne Gretzky O-Peachy, it's a lot more rare than the regular Topps version. But I wanted to look at cards where there is transaction history. We are looking at data from the last 2 years. So it's just the last 2 years to now. Also keep in mind with data tools, they are simply a guide. I mean, they're not capturing all the private sales, all the face-to-face sales at card shows. They're not card shop sales. They're not gathering social media sales. So this is just a guideline for us to look at just to get an idea of pricing. All right, let's start with the 86 Flair MJ rookie card. We'll look at some various grades, see if we see some trends here. The PSA 5 currently, if we're looking at kind of where that pricing has been recently, there's been sales in that $3,500 to $3,699. It looks like there was a recent sale in a PSA 5. That is up 148% from 2 years ago. If we look at a copy at PSA 6, $4,489 recent sale, which is up 189% from 2 years ago. PSA 7 recent sale at $6,850, which is up 268% from 2 years ago. Funny story, back in July, August 2020, I was at a Raleigh card show here locally, and there was a nice looking 7, a great looking 7, and recent comps at that point were at about $4,500, and the guy was offering it to me at a little under $4,000, and I balked at it. Of course, I just didn't have $4,000 to spend on one card, but that is one when I look at kind of pricing and where it is, it's like, man, kind of I missed an opportunity there, and that was literally a year ago. We all have stories like that, so I'll keep on moving on. And then a BGS 8, of course, this can vary as well with BGS 8s, you know, based on subgrades and everything else. There's a recent sale at $5,852 for BGS 8, which is 162% up above where it was 2 years ago. Let's move to the Wayne Gretzky 79 Topps. So PSA 4, and again, I'm trying to look at some of the lower to mid grades because there's more transactions there to try to give us more of an idea. If we're just looking at PSA 10s, where there's only a handful of them, you know, it's kind of difficult to gauge pricing. So PSA 4, $908 sale recently, which is up 296% from 2 years ago. PSA 5, $1,211 recent sale. That's 258% more than it was 2 years ago. PSA 6, $1,558 is 310% more than. We're starting to see a pattern, I think. PSA 7, $2,801, which is up 381% from 2 years ago. A PSA 8 recent sale at $7,539, 449% increase from where we were 2 years ago. Last but not least, Tom Brady 2000 Bowman Chrome, PSA 7, recent sale at $2,203, which represents a 562% increase. PSA 8 sits at $3,262 recently, a 559% increase. PSA 9, $6,850, representing an 850% increase. And a BGS 9.5, which again can vary greatly depending on subgrades. We've got an $11,000 sale here recently, which represents 760% increase from 2 years ago. And so I use these are just a few examples, obviously. There's a variety of examples, and I wanted to use more common, type cards. The reality is these are fairly common cards in the sense that if you wanted to buy a 2000 Bowman Chrome Brady or a 79 Topps Gretzky or an 86 Flair Jordan, you can go right on eBay and you can find them readily in various grades. Now, of course, once you get into the higher grades, you're looking at more scarcity, the price point goes up, etc. But all in all, these are not rare cards. You can find them out in the wild. Nevertheless, these are, iconic cards. I still would like to own one of these, at least one copy of these at some point down the line. I've also made clear I'm after a 86 Flair Jordan sticker rookie card. And again, not an overly rare card, but I would like kind of that one of those higher grades. And so you're going to pay more with the higher grades. That kind of creates the scarcity part of it. It's no different than some of the older vintage cards where they printed a lot of them, but how many of them survived and then how many of them survived in a high grade. So when you're looking at some of these, you have to take that into account as well. But I look at this and I wanted to ask you, viewership, is this still overpriced, or is this just about right? And the reason why I ask this in part is because I've been looking at these cards, do I trade up to try to get into one of these now, or do I wait? Of course, there's a lot of viewership that's come to me in the comment section, reached out directly. We've kind of talked about just the overall economy in general here in the United States. And it's like, man, are we on kind of the precipice of a recession, which could negatively, potentially impact card prices? It could, or maybe it won't. Who knows? We don't know what the future holds. But I think the point is we've seen such a run up in prices. And keep in mind, this is current pricing. This is recent pricing. Whereas, where we were in February, we've been coming kind of slightly down, kind of trickling down from February, March highs for a lot of these cards. And they're still up 200, 300, 500, 700% from where a lot of these prices were 2 years ago. So I think that's an important point. If we were looking at, February, March prices, you'd be seeing probably up 1,000% on a lot of this stuff. And it's just come down steadily. So I guess that's the thing that we're all trying to figure out, I think, with a lot of these cards is, did it spike up, kind of plateaued, and then it spikes again? Or has it plateaued and then it kind of trickles down with some of these more common cards? And these are rookie cards. I know a lot of hobbyists and a lot of my hobbyist friends too, they're buying these players, but they're buying more of the rare inserts. It's fairly popular. You'll hear the 90s inserts for Michael Jordan. You've got the jambalayas. You've got some of these kind of rare inserts that more people, especially people that grew up in that, in that time period too, to where they were more collecting 90s stuff. They're buying more of that stuff because it's scarce over, the 86 Flair Jordan rookie card. I think part of that too is they didn't necessarily grow up. They're a little bit younger. Maybe they're 30 to 35, a little bit younger, and didn't grow up when that 86 Flair Jordan rookie card was coming out. And so they don't remember it in card shops and things like that. So I think there's kind of that's going to vary depending on the person. But also, I think people are just chasing after that scarcity with the inserts as opposed to a more common card that you can find, fairly easily. It's an interesting debate though. It's like, do you want a higher grade rookie card of some of these greats, some of these legends? Or would you rather have insert cards for those players? I recently bought kind of a rare insert for Barry Sanders. I'll share it when I actually get it. But in part because like the 89 score Barry Sanders, unless you're buying a PSA 10, it's not really scarce unless you're buying a PSA 10. That's an amazing player, a legend of football. But he was in a time period, kind of that junk wax era time period where, the rookie cards, it's like, unless you're buying kind of a lesser known rookie card of him, but there's just not a lot of options. It's kind of like, Ken Griffey Jr. 89 Upper Deck rookie cards. Unless you're getting PSA 10, then you're seeing a lot more people and some of my hobby friends that are buying more of the rare inserts of Griffey Jr., which are interesting too. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Are we still overpriced on these rookie cards? And then are you buying more of the insert stuff? Or are you more of a rookie card person where you're like, what? I would rather just hold out for the rookie card than and buy a rare insert that's a later year, a 10-year, Jordan, a late 90s Jordan card, but it's more of a rare insert. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this because I think it's an interesting topic, especially too when you add in kind of patch autos and memorabilia cards that have scarcity too. It's a difficult decision in some ways because it's like, do I stick with the rookie card or do I go with the inserts or do I go with the autos? There's a lot of different ways to go about it for the athletes that we're trying to collect, trying to invest in, trying to buy, etc. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you being here. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.